To everybody, welcome to Aircraft Expeditions. We're doing a little bit something different here today. We're over here at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. As you can see, we're in a nice location. There's the runway. The runway's in this direction, and we have arrivals coming in from the north. We also have Copper 6 in our pattern. If you guys can see him straight out there, he's actually turning into on final approach. We're tracking him, we're following him. He's actually coming in right now. So this is going to be a little bit something different that we're going to be doing as well. Not only Tucson International Airport, but here at Davis-Monthan. Copper 6 is actually turning inbound right now. Let's see if we can zoom a little bit further. There he is. Copper 6 on final approach to Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, runway 13. Just so everybody knows, runway 13 is behind me. This is this northwest to southeast approach. If you're in the chat room, just go ahead and say hi. I'll give you a shout out. We'll have a little fun with this. Here's Copper 7. Copper 7 is part of the 161st Refueling Squadron for the Arizona Air National Guard. He's coming in from Phoenix. There we go. Have some fun. There's Copper 7. Copper 7. Now we can't really see the actual runway itself. There is Tron or Bat 43 on. He's about ready to take off. That's the EA-37s. We'll see those guys later on today, if we're still on live. We'll probably be doing this for about 2 hours. So let's have some fun, guys. Let's enjoy ourselves. Now, this location is, just so everybody knows, it's right near, if you look here, this is Aviation Highway, and it actually goes off of golf links, or goes onto golf links, actually. You'll be able to see that right there. There's the Catalina Mountains, and over here, if you guys see, that's the Border Patrol. So, if you guys come out here, this is a good spot. Down that road right there, I did some scouting down there. That actually goes over by that hangar right there. You're right in front of that hangar. So basically, you can see everything. There's berms up there where you can actually pop up there and take photographs, things like that. So. But you never know what will come in to Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. Like I said, some aircraft are on the flight trackers, and some are on the actual the radio scanners. So you'll hear them. Davis-Monthan Tower. So I don't have it actually tuned in right now. So I'm not going to go ahead and entertain that right now. So all right. So yeah. So like I said, this is Aviation Highway, and it merges on to Golf Links Road, which is on the other side here. We spotters lovingly call this location Homeless Camp, and we have a fellow spotter over there off of Wilmot right now, actually spotting the A-10s taking off and things of that nature. So yeah, we're gonna have a little fun today, guys. Like I said, it's gonna be enjoyable because yesterday was pretty intense. We had F-15s coming in that morning, or yesterday morning. I unfortunately missed them. We had a T-1 Jayhawk that retired to the boneyard that came in, and we also had a C-5 come in yesterday. as well during the afternoon. So we are basically sitting here rocking and rolling. You know, usually Thursdays are retirement days for some of these aircraft. We've seen a lot of retirement aircraft come in and things of that nature. So we also had a CH-53 that went over yesterday, the Air Force Base, but unfortunately it landed at Tucson International Airport. Came in from El Paso. It was going to what they call WTI, from my understanding. Those that don't know what WTI is just exercises over at Yuma Marine Corps Air Station. Looks like a beautiful day for airplane spotting, guys. Looks beautiful today. I'm not sure where Copper 7 went. He's actually over there by those trees. He's actually going around in circles. So chances are he's going to be making touch and goes again. He's actually going over the boneyard, things of that nature. As you can see, this base is very vast. Very vast. Of course, if you look over here, you'll see all the infrastructure. We won't show that. But this is the area right by that tree right there in front of us. Right by this tree right here is usually where the aircraft go over. They go over between that tree and the actual turnoff that's down the street a little bit, or down the beaten path right there. So, yeah. So, like I said, we'll walk over here. You'll be able to see exactly what's going down. Of course, we got a truck going by over there. So right down, and the Davis-Monthan Tower is like right straight ahead of where my finger's pointing, right between those trees. So let's see if what Copper 7 is going to be doing here. It looks like we've got A-10s. I can hear some A-10s taking off right now. Apparently the 357th Dragons are going to be still active until next year, so we'll see what happens. There's a lot of folks actually talking about the F-35 coming to Tucson, but unfortunately they are not. I know this for a fact. There goes the A-10s. You can hear the distinct whine of them. But, and Copper 6 is over there. There's a few people out there that are still really believe that the F-35s are going to be stationed here at Davis-Monthan. News reports actually just got a we're no longer going to be getting the MC-130Js, but we are going to be getting the A1 Skyraider 2s, basically the air tractors, and we're going to be getting a CV-22 squadron here at Davis-Monthan, which is a good thing. Those things are awesome to check out. They're so distinct you can hear them. And we got Copper 6. Looks like he's on approach now. He's over by that light pole right over there. He's looking like he's doing some nice approach here. Kind of neat. As I said, if you're watching and you're in the chat, go ahead and say hello. We'll give you a nice shout out here. Hopefully he'll do a nice pass. Nice close-up pass. A couple of days ago, they did a nice air show for us. Copper 6 and Copper 7 both. It was nice. There comes Copper 7 on approach. Go Copper 6. Go Copper 7, excuse me. Whoops. I hate when I get phone calls. I hate when I get phone calls when I'm doing a live stream, but that's okay. So yeah, we're looking right now at the northwest approach. This is zoomed in too close here. Yeah, there we go. Most aircraft in the morning, they come toward the northwest approach area, and then usually the wind shifts to the southeast to northwest approach. Kind of interesting. And we're just trying to see if there's any A-10s, because sometimes there's A-10s, things like that come out of nowhere. F-16s will come from the Tucson Air Guard, from Tucson Airport, and land here. And we'll have divestment aircraft such as like the Jayhawks. We've got F-15s coming in here now. We've got the Maryland A-10 guys actually practicing around the Barry Goldwater range. There was a little article that was actually out there that I posted on our spotter group for this, and it's pretty awesome stuff, guys. Very, very awesome stuff. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of sit in the vehicle here, and we're going to check out the approach end here. I'm going to get some air going in here. Oh, there goes nothing. That was pretty funny. Epic fail, guys. Epic fail. So what we've got going on is we've got like I said, you never know what's going to come into Davis-Monthan. It's unpredictable. There's only a few things that you can predict because of flight radar, jet tips, things like that. You can't really predict the Air Force Base here, because the Air Force Base is not really it's not really it's not like the airport. Excuse me, where you can actually go in and kind of predict what's going on because of different sources and things like that. Here, whatever comes in is whatever comes in. Excuse me. Now I do have the binoculars out and scanning the sky here. Because normally I can see whatever's coming about 5 miles away with these binoculars. Now you can get these, like I said, you can get these binoculars at Walmart. Okay, that's where I purchased these from. They're 10 by 50s. They're really good, really good optics, And I must say that for being $30 to $32, they are really, really good. And as I said before, I can hear A-10s taking off, as well as the EA-37 Compass Call 2. Like I said, those guys will be back later today, so it's highly unlikely we will be getting them on camera as far as the live stream. So, because they do about a 4 to 6 hour sortie out from the base. They usually go about northwest of Tucson and east of Phoenix to do some of their compass call work. We have one of our spotters, our fellow spotters, actually bringing an A-10 pilot with him. It's going to be awesome. And he's going to be coming over in this direction. It's pretty awesome. keep getting notifications from different folks. Hey, this is coming. This isn't coming. Well, you know, whatever. We don't have anything on the boards right at the moment. Only the Copper 7 right now. Don't have anything to report as far as what's coming in on approach. The only thing that we will see if the F-15s do come in, they'll be coming in usually from the Oregon Air National Guard up there at Klamath Falls. So we'll see them, hopefully. Now, like I said, this is the first time live streaming where I've actually been at this spot live streaming. I've been here many times before, but I don't normally do live streaming here. I usually do it over at the other side on between Contractors Way and between Alberton Contractors Way, more or less. It's right over the bridge, right where you saw the golf links and the aviation highway interchange at. So, whoa. Sorry, I got a bee in my car. So yeah, I haven't seen Copper 7. I think he's doing circulars around the area over by the trees in the back of me. So, like I said, we're just watching the sky for anything that's coming in. I'm hoping that we have some good stuff, because today's a good day for flying. Good weather, it really is. Now the clouds are moping up here, so maybe the winds will change as far around noonish, like they normally do. All depends on how these clouds are. You know, this morning it was really cloudy. I mean, from last night's storms, we had some rain and storms last night, and it was not very well. Let's put it that way. It was pretty rainy, so it's kind of humid a little bit today, but it's a perfect day. So you guys are going to be waiting just like I am. There'll be times where there's going to be nothing coming in, and then all of a sudden there'll be tons of stuff coming in. Like I said, the F-16s over at the Air National Guard may start practicing over here, doing their touch and goes. We probably will have A-10s. Usually the A-10s are out about, I'd say, probably about 1 to 2 hours out when they go out, and they'll start coming back, and we'll be able to see that. But like I said, I'll stay online as long as I possibly can, just to bring a nice live stream to you guys, hopefully. And Copper 7 is coming back in now. He's actually on approach. He's turning to base to final. He's turning left base. I'm sure you guys can see him. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's see where he's at. He's over here. There he is. He's actually on his way. I'm pretty sure Copper 6 will be down here, because he was actually gray when I started the live stream, so he's probably going to be showing his face down here with Copper 7. Good old KC-135. Gotta love the venerable KC-135. There we go. So yeah, I'm hoping we do have some really good stuff going on today, because it's going to be quite the air show, more or less. Now, if you're out spotting in an area like this, there's no toilets, nothing going on. I mean, you've got to come prepared. You've got to come with water. If you get hungry, you got to come with some food. I mean, Arizona desert is just something. It just, it'll take its toll on you if you're not careful. So you just got to be wary of what you're doing out here, because it'll really take its toll on the human body. Every time I go spotting out here, when the heat's on, I make sure I have everything I need, and then when I get home, I'm really tired. So it's really how you perceive it. So right now, like I said, we're looking at the northwest approach of runway 13 at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. We may have helicopters going over. Not sure. I'm looking at the sky. I don't see anything really going on at the moment. It's still early. It's still early here in Tucson, and last week we did a boneyard tour, and a spotter boneyard tour, to where the different spots you can go look at. I showed you guys this location last week, and I wanted you guys to actually experience it with me, spotting aircraft. You guys, I mean, it's very interesting to see how the military works out here, because they either do short finals, or they do flyovers, or they do low approaches, things like that. I mean, goodness gracious, it's amazing. It's amazing to check out. The one thing about this particular spot is nobody bothers you here. Nobody really will, unless, of course, you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing. I mean, you just got to be really careful. I mean, I haven't had an issue since I've been here, doing this for a year. I mean, I've actually spotted here before, but it's not really that bad. I mean, really. I mean, the other spots, you got to watch out for homeless people, things like that. The reason why we call this homeless camp, guys, I'll show you, is right across the way there, Tucson has got a very large homeless community right there. And it went from 30 people in that area to almost 500 people. I couldn't believe it. I mean, literally it was like over 2 to 3 weeks span is where people started moving in there. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to try to get into politics on this live stream, but I don't know why our city government's not doing anything about it. I realize there's a lot of things going on, but hey, we can't fault anyone for it. Well, we could, but we're not going to get into that. Like I said, yesterday was really, really awesome, because we had a C5 come in, and right here where I'm sitting, I saw the C5 really, really close up. And like I said, I've got photos of it, and I've got video of it. I'm going to actually put together the spotting at Davis-Monthan video. And we're going to have a couple of divestment aircraft that are coming in and things like that. There's going to be 2 Jayhawks that come in. We're going to have the C5. We're going to have possibly C-130s and helicopters and things like that are over here at Davis-Monthan. I am waiting I did see something interesting on Flight Radar yesterday, which is really cool. The Sky Warden is called the Air Tractor. It was flying over northern Texas coming this way. And then it all of a sudden went off radar. And I was wondering to myself, are they starting to bring those in here? I'm not quite sure. When they started bringing the EA-37s in, the Gulfstreams, they made a big stink over it, and they started flying over the Air Force Base, and it was quite interesting, very very interesting. So I don't know if they're going to do that with the CB-22s or the Sky Wardens. They're basically called the Sky Raider 2s. And all the Sky Wardens are crop dusters. You know, they're looking like small little crop dusters. You can take them things apart and put them on a C5, and then boom, take them to wherever they need to go. Now, like I said, right in front of me is the interchange. This is aviation highway interchange that where all these cars are coming from. It's right in front of me, and of course, to my right is the on-ramp to Golf Links Road. As I said, down to the right, to the left of me, is a road that you can actually go down to another portion of this area where you can actually sit. You just got to be really careful because there's a lot of rocks, there's a lot of debris down there, there's branches that might get stuck in your tires. You just got to be real careful when you go down there. So yeah, it's going to be quite interesting, everyone. I'd like to welcome Thomas Jenkins. Thomas Jenkins, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that. Hopefully, you know, more than likely, well, not more than likely, I'm going to bring more good content to you guys, because once things get squared away in my personal life, personal business, you know, we'll be heading out and doing some more of these spotting things. I am planning on doing a spotting live stream from Pinal Air Park. I just don't know when. I'm going to kind of interchange the live streams from one airport to another. We're going to be getting a lot of new you know, things happening on the channel, so you'll be able to see all of it. Wow, this truck is too yellow. It's just bright. Wow. Looks to me like Copper 7 decided to go home. Because I don't see him over in the other area. Now, guys, if you guys want to do a live stream like this, there's a program that I'm running here. It's called Prism Live Mobile, and you know, you can either do it through OBS, you can do it through this, you can do it through Streamlabs mobile, you can do it pretty much anything. And it's simple. I was talking to all of you about if you want to do live streams from, you don't need expensive equipment. I mean, I've got you guys on a tripod sitting in my car doing live streaming. I mean, if you want to start doing it like that, you can do your plane spotting through a phone or a live stream app, whatever the case may be. I did tell everybody I was going to start a new series on how to plane spot, we're going to go into the desire of plane spotting. We're going to go into the desire of, you know, having equipment, things like that. We're different types of equipment you have and what you should have with you. First and foremost, I'm gonna just throw this out there. Get yourself a good pair of binoculars. Get yourself a a good cell phone if you don't have the money for cameras or whatever. Get yourself a scanner. I don't use scanners much because I kind of know exactly what's going and where it's at. So it's not something. I mean, scanners are awesome to tune into, like Davis-Monthan Tower, for example, or Tucson Tower, or Marina. Marina doesn't have a tower, but they do have a traffic frequency that they talk to all other aircraft that are trying to land. So, but it's good to know who's talking to who, and it basically will give you kind of a heads up to who's coming in and who's about to land and who's about to take off. Now, once I get another scanner, I'm going to basically pipe the information in through the phone, whether it be from the scanner itself or, an app if I can. If anybody's watching out there and that are in the chat room, if you guys are in the chat room, just go ahead and hop in there if you see anything on the flight radars. That'd be nice to see. Give me a heads up to what to look for. Of course, I'll give you shout outs on the live stream here. Sounds to me like we might have a helicopter taking off. Could be customs, could be the rescue squadron. It's nice to actually just come out and sit and relax and things of that nature. It really is. And like I said, my plane spotter friend and his friend are going to be coming over here. And we may I may not be able to film him or film what he says because he's still an A-10 pilot. And I don't want to get that on camera. Don't want to give out any pertinent information or anything like that. But right now it's quiet. I don't see Copper 7 at all. Copper 7 must have gone home or gone down to the refueling area. Weather today, 89 degrees, partly cloudy. That's what we've got going running for today. It's gonna be an interesting day. I mean, we've got sunshine, but we've got clouds, as you guys can see in the background here. We've got clouds to the northwest of us, and to the southeast, and to the west and east, we've got clouds. So it'll probably mope up in the afternoon. So, like I said, once something comes in, guys, we'll get it, and that way you guys can see. You can't tell a lot of what's going on at Davis-Monthan unless you have tools, an app or whatever. Like I said before, I mean, it's just hit or miss with the Air Force Base. All day it could be so quiet. Another time it could be holy crap, Holy crap, there's airplanes coming in left and right. Jets. I mean, at least at the Tucson International, you'll be able to predict what's coming in and or not predict, but you'll know what's coming in. You'll know what's landing, you know what's taking off. Things like that, Sometimes commercial flights get boring. Sometimes the F-16s get boring, but it is what it is. We're going to take a little gander at what's coming in here, if there is any. We're looking at the northwest approach. I don't see any specks of airplane out there as of yet. Sometimes I got to watch the high approach because they'll go right over the base. I want to thank everybody for joining the live stream with me today. I do appreciate it. Like I said, this is something that a lot of people don't experience. There's a lot of aircraft spotting live streams out there, but I have not seen a lot of them doing military aircraft. You never know. You never know what can come in here. It's kind of like a wait and see game, guys. I want to encourage those of you that are watching that are not subscribed to like and subscribe to the channel, because there's things that I see, there's aircraft that I see that most people don't see, and you know, this being here at Davis-Monthan is one of those things. I mean, you've got to experience it for yourself. I mean, you can go around the base, but you can't go in the base to actually look at the boneyard. You know, that's okay. That's one of the reasons why I made that last live stream, so that you guys can actually see and hear what's going on. And I took you guys on a little tour of it last week. If you haven't looked at that particular live stream, I kept it to where you can actually access it. That way you can actually watch the whole 2 hours and 10 minutes, I believe, of it. We got some A-10s back on that live stream too. We also got the EA-37 taking off, which is real nice. See, I will tell you that this base is very big. Little background of the base, Howard Hughes used to own all this land over here, and he sold it to the military for 1 penny. When I found that out, I'm like, wow, just sell it to me, I'll take it. But this base has been a spectacle in the Tucson community for such a long time. It isn't funny. This used to be a SAC base. This base used to control all of the Titan II missile silos here that were here in Arizona. On base, there was a couple of silos for the Titan IIs that are now buried over, and there's concrete over top of them. So, I mean, you can see the Titan Missile Museum. If you come to Tucson and go to Green Valley, you'll be able to see the actual Titan Missile Museum. That gives you kind of gives you an outline of what the missile base looks like. Yeah, a lot of them were destroyed, or well, all of them were destroyed. Only one was made into a museum. A lot of the old land was sold to either BLM or to the national parks, or even private owners got some of them, got a couple of them. They've made homes out of them. There's a gentleman out there that's making one that had made one, an old Titan II silo. Made a house slash club out of it underneath the ground. I'm like, wow. I think if you guys look at Mr. Beast took his crew in there, and they stayed for, I think, 48 hours underground. I was like, wow, that's crazy. There's a video out there about him doing that for several bunkers and things like that. And one of the Titan silos was featured in that. There's a couple of guys I do personally know that are actually redoing one of the ones over in Dragoon, Arizona, and I got to know him through a mutual friend of mine, and he was showing me how they opened up the missile silo, they opened up the door and all that stuff. It's phenomenal how these things were built. Oh, we've got something with an afterburner taking off, guys. Holy smokes. Sounds like an F-16 or... Sounds like an F-16. Might be one of a couple of the alert birds, because the Tucson Air National Guard has an alert detachment here at Davis-Monthan. They got six aircraft on constant standby in case somebody breaks the air defense identification zone in southern Arizona on the southern border. So those guys are going up, and we're going to see them coming in and landing. Like I said, I will be here as long as I need to be, if I have to. This might be a 3-hour, might be a 4-hour, I don't know. All depends. Well, oh yeah, sounds like an F-16. See, what is that? See, my father used to actually play a joke on me when we used to live in Phoenix. We used to go over by Luke Air Force Base all the time, and we used to be sitting on and driving on Glendale Avenue. It's kind of funny because he would say, "Oh look, an F-15! Oh look, an F-16!" And I would sit there and it'd be a flock of birds or a bird. I said, "Look, check it out." I used to get mad at him for doing that. I used to get mad at him for doing that. That's the best part about spotting with your family. You know, when they have the they have the interest in it, just like you do. You know, it's crazy. Now those alert birds probably are going to go to the Berry Goldwater Range for a little while, because Top Aces, of course, as all of you know, is actually at Mesa Gateway Airport in Mesa, and they've got the F-16 stationed there. So those Top Aces, they'll go out to the Berry Goldwater Range practice. They also have A-TAC over at Luke Air Force Base, which has got the Mirage F-1s. Those actually do aggressor training. Same thing with the F-16s. A lot of those F-16s actually are from the Israeli Air Force that have been retired. That's amazing. Like I said, we're sitting in the car because it's getting warm out there. I'm actually looking at the sky right now to see if we have anything coming in. And we do not. Actually, I needed to make a correction. My spotter friend has got a former A-10 pilot, not an actual A-10 pilot, excuse me. And it looks to me like I got a notification from Jet Tip about at Edwards Air Force Base, there is a Gulfstream that is actually taking off. Yesterday they had the ER-2, which is a U-2 spy plane that took off yesterday, doing photo mapping or weather mapping, whichever you want to call it. Like I said, nothing really exciting going on except Copter 7 so far. We just had a bunch of aircraft take off, so they'll be coming back here late in the afternoon or early afternoon, before 12. Once they start returning, that's when we're going to have a lot of fun. Yeah, I decided to do the live stream early, that way we could see what might be coming in, what might be going out, etc., you know. Even though if the winds change, guys, just so you know, we can still see the aircraft taking off over top of us. Doesn't matter. I'd rather stay here and get some good shots and good video for you guys of these planes taking off and landing. I mean, I wouldn't want to be over there on the other side where they're landing, because there might be a lot of folks over there. And what I mean by the other side is the Wilmot and Valencia area. Wilmot and Drexel area, where the back gate is. I want to ask everybody that watches this live stream later on and live, I want to ask for suggestions on what I should bring to you guys, because I'm getting to the point where I'm doing best of plane spotting, which is really cool. I can take video and I put it together in an actual long form video, and I sit there and I let you guys watch it or skip through whatever you want. But I think live streaming works hand in hand with that, because what I want to see is bring you guys along with me when I go do these spotting adventures and expeditions. I want you to hear the exhilaration of my voice. That way you guys can get excited. And if you can't be here at Davis-Monthan, or if you can't be at Tucson International Airport, I want you to experience that. And I realize Tucson Airport, Tucson International, you can't really, you have to have a step ladder in order to get over top just to see it, just to see something, you know. I kind of does a disservice to you guys, you know. I just feel something more exhilarating, such as a military spotting live stream would work nicely. I don't know. If you guys want to comment on this live stream, go ahead and comment on this live stream on what you think I should do. Go ahead and do so. And if you want to see something, by all means, I'll try to bring it to you. What I mean by try to bring it to you is, if you want to see an F-35 or if you want to see F-16s, I can arrange that to happen. However, it all depends on if they're flying or not. I know a lot of you are aware of the A-10's retirement. Tucson being one of the major bases of the A-10. We just had the 47th Fighter Squadron that the terrible termites / dog patchers deactivate, and they're switching over to the F-35. Now, like I said, there is a growing debate on if the F-35 will be staying here being based, and there's a lot of evidence out there that points to no. And like I said, they could change their mind like they changed their mind with the MC-130s, the MC-130J Squadrons Commando 2s. Those are not coming. That was the original plan, but they changed the plan at the last minute. And now the CB-22, which is the Osprey, They're going to be coming from, I believe, Cannon Air Force Base, as well as the Duke Field for the A-1 Skyraider 2s. So you never know; it could change in the future. I mean, we could be getting F-35s, we could be getting whatever, but I don't see them staying here. There's about a I'd say about a 90% chance that they will not stay here, because the activation ceremony brought in a F-35 Lightning II to go nose to nose with the A-10 for the 47th deactivation ceremony. And what was interesting is that it said EG on the tail, which is Eglin Air Force Base in Florida. And I've heard this thing many, many times about how there's a tradition, any new aircraft, any unit getting a new aircraft, or where they're going to be based at, is going to have either their tail code or a different base's tail code. Now, that is something I kept on hearing. And from my understanding, it's a tradition back to the Korean War. I mean, whoever was in the military, Air Force, whatever, if you want to go ahead and confirm or deny that, by all means. But that's something that I was told several times. And it's not public. Well, it's not really public. It's not written anywhere. It's just tradition. I think they were doing that back at the end of World War II. But like I said, I mean, I could be wrong. And I'm not making an assumption about that, because I've heard it from so many people, many Air Force people. Even when the A-10 was brought to Davis-Monthan, they had the A-7 pointed nose to nose with the A-10, and it had DM on the tail. So, like I said, there's a lot of things that this base has done for the community here in Tucson, and it's brought a lot of money into Tucson. It's brought a lot of new members, a lot of new folks that are living here into the community. If this base was to close down, more than likely this town would become a ghost town almost, except for the university. But the boneyard is too valuable and important for our infrastructure, basically. All right, let's do another check here. I'm going to see if anything's coming in. I do not see anything on approach here at this point. Looks like we have a Southwest 737 going into Tucson right now. He's actually turning base to final. Just so everybody knows, Tucson International Airport and Davis-Monthan are about maybe 2.5 miles apart from each other. So, 2.5 to 3 miles apart. So I can see air traffic from where I'm sitting going into the airport. Sometimes these aircraft will sneak up on you, so I just got to continually watch the sky to see if anything's coming. Doesn't look like anything as of yet. Guys, there's a new article by myself from on Vintage Aviation News. If you guys want to check it out, it's about the there's a gentleman that I used to know. He's long since passed away. His name is Dwayne Bennett. If you want to check it out, go to vintageaviationnews.com and check out the article. It's about the toilet stool ace and the raid on Schweinfurt in 1944. Looks like we got an actual helicopter going across to the airport. Not sure if this is Border Patrol or not. Nope, that looks like a life flight. Medical helicopter. And once I see something, we're going to get out of the car and we're going to follow it down and what have you. Again, we're looking at the northwest end of the approach to Davis-Monthan runway 13. That's where we're situated. The nose of my vehicle is actually sitting northwest, so we can actually just sit here and see if anything's coming. And once we do, we'll be able to catch them landing or flying over, whichever the case may be. I'm not seeing anything going high, low, or anything like that right now. So, guys, if you're in the chat room, if you're watching, just jump in the chat room and start chit-chatting with me. And we can have a nice conversation. I would appreciate it. I want to be able to, talk to you guys and interact with you guys, and that way we can see what else we can see. If anybody sees anything on the flight radar or flight tracker, whatever, or the scanner radio on the Davis-Monthan Tower, that way we can get prior notification that something is coming in, and we can watch for it. That'd be great. I know a lot of folks are at work and things like that, but like I said, we're trying to capture what we can capture. Hopefully the next hour will be more active as far as landings and takeoffs. It'd be nice. I do want to give a shout out to my buddy Shane. Shane called out the F-15s yesterday, and I tried to rush over to this location to actually get him to land, but it doesn't seem like it worked too well. Thanks anyway, Shane. I appreciate that. Also, give a shout out to my friend Mark. He actually got the first shots of the C5 coming in yesterday. That was great. We all work together as spotters to actually see what's coming in and around Tucson. And I even get notifications from people that are outside of Tucson and say, hey, you got this coming your way, you got that coming your way. You might want to go ahead and check it out. We all work together. It's a good community, good spotting community, guys. If you guys don't want, you're into it and you do this kind of solo, it'd be kind of cool for you to make friends and literally have a spotting party. Like my friend's coming over now. My other friend, he's coming over now with that former A-10 pilot, and what he's gonna do is he's gonna spot with me, and we're gonna grab photos and talk shop. We're gonna, just have a lot of fun. It's a fun hobby, guys. It's a fun hobby. It's a fun thing to do. If you're into aviation, like I said, you gotta have a passion for aviation or an interest in aviation. It's not something where, it's dedication is what it is. Let's see. And sometimes, guys, I'll see aircraft that are flying so high that you can see their contrails, and either they're an airliner or they're military aircraft. I did spot one time when we had this P3 Orion that came in to retire. I actually captured another couple of aircraft on my camera, and I blew that picture up, and I come to find out they were F-22s. There's two F-22s flying in formation, and I'm like, wow, interesting. It's weird what you can capture around here. Very strange. There's things that are told to me that are supposed to be here and that don't come in here, so that's kind of a disappointment. But it makes the chase even a lot more fun. It really does. Doing this is a lot of fun. I don't hear any F-16s taking off at all. I don't hear any aircraft taking off behind me or at the airport. But that can change, like I said, in a heartbeat. It can change in a heartbeat. It's called patience. That's why we're sitting here on live stream talking instead of watching in the sky, which I should be doing. Let's see. Scanning the sky again. I'm listening too. I think I hear a helicopter somewhere. Don't really see anything happening. Like I said, some of these aircraft will come out of nowhere and they'll do a flyover. Or they'll be really high up over the base where you can't really see them. You can hear them, but you can't really see them. Guys, I want to also mention that we now have a merchant shop, our own shop. If you want to take a look at it, we got some stuff there. I designed I designed a T-shirt with the KC-10 along with our logo. Just check it out, guys. It's really cool. Got some cool merchandise on there. We've got a calendar with all of the shots I've taken via my camera for every day, every month of the year. Check it out. We got drinkware. We got all kinds of stuff. I just want to mention that. And if there's a special request that any of you out there want to do, and have it on the shop itself, please let me know in the comments, or let me know via direct message. We got one T-shirt I'm working on or two T-shirts I'm working on, two designs I should say, I'm working on right now, and that's for the retirement of the A-10 and for the retirement of the T1 Jayhawk. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Greg L. Davis. Greg Davis, if you're watching this, thank you very much for what you're doing. Greg Davis is actually writing a book about the T1 Jayhawk, its operational history, as well as its investments and retirements. Of course, yours truly is going to hopefully have some photos in that book. So check it out once it comes out. Don't have a time frame yet of when it's going to be available, but when it becomes available, Greg Davis will put it out, and he'll be able to check and see, hey, here's the T1 Jayhawk, here's the book, boom, that's it. Now, if you look at his group on Facebook, it's called the T1A Jayhawk group. You can get in contact with him and ask him when his book will be out. I don't know exactly when his book will be out, but it's one of the only books out there right now that are that I've seen about the T1 Jayhawk. Of course, the T1 Jayhawk is a Beechcraft navigator trainer and pilot trainer for some of the heavy aircraft. I don't see any other aircraft. The day before yesterday, we did see Gordo, which is the E-4B, was doing some operations over Arizona. We actually thought he was going to come to Davis-Monthan because of the president's visit to Phoenix coming up here, on Saturday or Sunday for the funeral of Charlie Kirk.
Aufstehen vor der Zeit und die Sonne und sagt,
it's basically the march that the German Panzer guys were. They told them, if you guys have ever seen the movie, it's basically the march that they were singing when the guy was doing Hessler is this guy's name. I can't even remember the darn movie, but Hessler was actually sing loud, home to sing louder and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. And that's the actual song from that movie. So that's my ringtone. It's a loud ringtone. It keeps me awake. Whenever I need a good loud ringtone, that's what comes up on my phone. I should turn off my ringers. Let me turn off my ringers, guys. There we go. Hopefully it won't disturb me now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the lavalier mics going here, guys. That way, once here, let me switch to lavalier mics, guys. All right. Let's see if these should be connected up now. Yep. It looks to me like my spotter friend is actually getting ready to spot aircraft. Now, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to let you guys watch, and you'll hear some of the conversation between he and I, so you'll be able to see what's going on. Still, I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to step away from the phone here. Also, I'm not sure if you guys will still hear me, but like I said, I'm going to leave it here in the car. That way, you can check everything out, what's happening. So, I'll be right back, guys. Howdy.
Dan, this is my friend Phil Bentley.
Hey, Phil. How nice to meet you. Pleasure.
Likewise.
Yep.
I told you, Phil's a highly experienced A-10 pilot.
Awesome. I won't want to mess with you then.
A long time ago.
A long time ago?
Long when they first came out.
And so...
Phil's one of my friends from Sabino Canyon Volunteer Naturals.
Nice, nice. Very nice.
Met a lot of really neat people.
Yeah. Did you see Copper 7 take off?
I did.
Did you get photos?
I did.
I'm actually live streaming as we speak right now, so that's why this is on.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Good.
I don't want to get you guys on camera.
I got 7 of the A-10s taking off.
There's 7 of them up.
Yeah. And one's a dog patcher.
Really?
Yeah. And one's Tucson.
One's Tucson. What about the Maryland ones?
Nope.
No Maryland. So I didn't see any Maryland ones come in last night.
But both EA-37s took off.
I saw
one of the couple's calls.
Yep.
The old C-130 guy.
Cool. Cool. What have we got coming in here? Something's coming in. All right, we got something coming in, guys. We have something coming in. Let's take a look at what it is. Looks to me like a helicopter of some kind. So let's take a look. Oh, okay. We got an UH-60 coming in, guys. So, what we're going to do here, I'm going to take you guys off of lavalier mic right now. I'm going to take you off lav mic here so you guys can hear the helicopter. All right, so let's see if we can get him. There he is. Right in the center of the shot. There he is, guys. There we go. First customer. First customer of the day. All right. So we're not going to use lavalier mics right now, guys, because the reason being is because I want you guys to be able to hear the aircraft go over and see the aircraft and so on. So, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to put you guys down for a few minutes and I'm going to talk to these gentlemen here. Oops. And you guys will be able to rock and roll. So I will be back shortly, guys. I will be back shortly. I don't want to take you guys with me because they don't want to be on camera. Oops. Be back in a couple of minutes, guys. Well, guys, we got some interesting news from my spotter friend. We looks to me like there's going to be some F-15s coming in today, and it looks like they should be coming in soon. Hopefully, that's going to be awesome to see in here. They're going to be divesting to the boneyard, so that's what we're looking at this point. So yeah, we're going to be looking for F-15s coming in. That's going to be awesome to see the F-15. The gentleman that's with my spotter friend, like I said, is a former A-10 pilot. He actually was at RAF Bentwaters and things like that and what have you. So it's really cool to talk with them and so on. Like I said, I'm not quite sure when they'll be here because it's very possible they might show up now. If they do show up, we'll be able to have some fun and watch them come in and land and things like that. So, but they should be coming out of the northwest, is from what I've been told. See how we're doing on battery. Okay, we're going to plug our battery in here. Now, the only thing I don't, this is a little tip that he got, so I'm not sure if you know, it's only one source, but we'll see what happens. So the F-15s are slated to be in here today. Not sure if they're coming in during afternoon time or more than likely morning time. They probably left pretty early wherever they're coming from. So F-15s are supposed to be inbound. We just don't know when or where they're coming from. Be quite nice. And of course, I've got the camera ready, my digital camera. Awesome. So when this happens, you guys will be checking it out. They should be flying over. Well, if they've got the tanks on the wings, the extended fuel tanks, that means they're they're coming for retirement. So that's how you can tell that they're not just visiting. So again, for those of you that are just joining us, we have a couple of F-15s coming in slated for the boneyard, so stay with us. I'm continually watching the sky, guys. Don't see them just yet, but got a feeling they'll come in here in the next half an hour, hopefully. See, it's the thrill of waiting, but it's the boredom of waiting, guys. It's what it is. It's just amazing just to see what we got going down. I mean, it's something else. Sometimes you gotta wait for stuff like this for good military aircraft. It's like I said, it's not like Tucson Airport. No way, no how. Like I said, for those of you that are joining us, we're waiting on two F-15s. We're waiting on two F-15s that are supposed to be, hopefully, coming today. And I do not see them on the horizon, so not yet anyway. I'm looking through the binoculars right now. Another thing too, guys, from what my spotter friend was telling me, is that there was 5 or 6 A-10s that went up. They should be back later on today. So I was correct in saying that I heard A-10s. So we'll see the A-10s come in. Most definitely. They've got to come back here. So you guys will get, once the A-10s do come in, you guys will be able to see the A-10s. One of which was a dog patcher aircraft, and the other one was an Osan bird, Osan South Korea bird. They're still flying them. So that's what we got going on right now. As you guys already saw, we have a UH-60 that came in. Very, very awesome. We have a Hawk out there. Just looking through the sky here. Like I said, we also have two EA-37s that have taken off. We got an EC-130 that took off earlier, and of course Copper 7 was here earlier as well. And we have not have any sign of any other aircraft yet. We're just sitting here waiting. Already an hour and 34 minutes into the live stream, and we've gotten some good stuff, but not what we want. Like I said, these A-10s took off about maybe half an hour, 45 minutes ago, so they should be back within an hour or two from that time. want to thank everybody for joining us for this live stream. I appreciate everybody coming in and having some fun. It's just the exhilaration of waiting for these aircraft coming in. Something else. Let's see, what do we got? We have a United A320 or A319 landing over at Tucson. We have an aircraft way out in the distance. Can't make it out, but it's too high up to be coming into the Air Force Base. Could be, but I doubt it, sincerely. Like I said, we can wait. We've got to wait and see. See, nothing out there. Clouds are moping up out there, that's for sure. You guys can see those clouds. I'm looking straight ahead. Like I said, we'll be here as long as we have to. I mean, like I said, it's going to be quite the show once they do come in. Like I said, there's a lull in activity and stuff like that between aircrafts over here at Davis-Monthan. I'm telling you. And once it starts up, that's when we have to worry about it. Of course, from time to time, we'll see F-35s coming here from Luke Air Force Base. Maybe we could get into C5 again like we did yesterday. That'd be interesting. So if anybody has any questions or comments, we haven't had anybody talk in the chat since we started the live stream. So I'm not sure if anybody is talking in the chat we've got the chat app actually working. So if anybody's out there, you know, that'd be great. I'm gonna test it out here. There we go. It is working. Cool. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Big Mouth. How are you doing? Finally, somebody actually chats in the chat room with us. Very nice. As I said before, Mr. Big Mouth, we've got, I believe it's a couple of F-15s going into the boneyard coming in pretty soon. So, I'm hoping. But thank you very much for the like. I appreciate it. Yeah, me too. I'm actually waiting for these F-15s. There was one or two of them yesterday morning. I couldn't get. I wasn't going to do a live stream yesterday because I had gotten off of a little job I was doing pretty late in order to get them. So, Mr. Big Mouth, if you can go on ADSB for me and see if there's anything approaching Davis-Monthan, I'd appreciate it. That'd be great. Need a little bit of backup here, you know. Gotta have that backup. I don't know, adsbexchange.com. You can actually look at the map and so on and so forth. If you don't know how to do it, that's okay. I'm actually being joined over here off to my right by my spotter friend and a former A-10 pilot. He's older A-10 pilot. Pretty cool. He's not. They don't want to be on camera, so the live stream it is what it is. And I respect that. It's one of the reasons why we're in the car. I'm actually in the car keeping cool, so I don't boil over. You know. No, you're fine, Mr. Big Man. Don't worry. It's like I said. I'm trying to keep cool in the car. I'm actually seriously waiting for these F-15s. That's going to be cool to watch them break and all that stuff. You got to watch the sky closely. Just so everybody knows, who've just joined us, we're looking to the northwest approach end of Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, going toward runway 13. So, runway 13 is where we're looking at. Okay, the aircraft are landing from northwest to southeast on runway 13. So, if you guys want to track it, that's fine. Well, they're not going to really retire the EXs for a while. The newest version is called the F-15X. They're the ones that are coming. I'm assuming they're from the Oregon National Guard, Oregon Air Guard, or Klamath Falls, because that's what I've been seeing for the past couple of weeks. Apparently, there's supposed to be 11 more that are coming. As far as I know, that's exactly what my spotter friend was telling me. He's got the kind of the ins and outs of, he's got people that tell him things from the Air Force Base. As do I. Oh, what do we got coming? What do we got there? I'll bet you this is just a. I think we have an EA-37 coming in, guys. I'm going to confirm that here. I think that's a private plane. It looks so much like a Gulfstream. It might be a Gulfstream. Nope. It's not. Looks like he's going into Tucson. Yeah, he looks like he's going into Tucson. Right, I completely agree, Mr. Big Mouth. But the only problem is that the F-14 is. There's a lot to do with the F-14. Let's put it that way. I've talked to many F-14 pilots, two of which there's two F-14 pilots I've spoken to. One of which is Lloyd Abel. His name is Bozo. He is the one that did the flyby on the movie Top Gun. He's a friend of mine. And Heater Heatley. Heater Heatley was the one. In the back seat with Bozo, filming some of this stuff, some of the inner cockpit scenes and what have you. Heater was an F-14 pilot as well. They both consulted on the movie. Also, Mr. Dave Baranek was one of the pilots for the MiG-28s / F-5s. So, and they're all good. They're all good friends of mine. I love them to death. They're all great guys. And Heater and Bozo said to me they should never have retired the F-14. But unfortunately, it's an aging design. Let's put it that way. Same thing with the A-10. They kept the A-10 in as long as they possibly could. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. I mean. Military planners, they decide, hey, we've got new stuff coming out, let's go ahead and retire this aircraft. Of course, the F-35 has taken over the role for close air support for the A-10, which I don't think that's a good idea. The A-10 has proven itself a lot in the wars past. Same thing with the F-14. The F-14 was the mainstay of the fighter fleet until the F-18 came in. I mean, the F-14 could actually take bombs. It was called the Bombcat. You know? Like I said, we will be online until we see some activity going on, hopefully. Well, we're going to be through that activity. But I agree, the F-14 should never have been retired. I completely agree. Yep, exactly, Mr. Big Mouth. It's been talked about, etc., etc. The F-22 is very, very labor intensive as far as updating the code on some of these systems that they have. So, I mean, it's technologically advanced and all this stuff. You know, it's not going to sit there and take change very well. Hence point is the B-52 has been in service for almost 80 years. C-130, same thing. C-130. I mean, that C-130 has been in service for such a long time. Come out through with all kinds of variants. Good Lord. There is, you know, hope for some of these aircraft. Like when the B-52, the last B-52 that was taken out of the boneyard about 3 or 4 years ago, that was something. It needed a lot of work before it flew again. Like I said, you know, they could have done it. They could have upgraded the F-14, fly-by-wire. I mean, they could have done all kinds of stuff with the systems. Same thing that they're doing with the F-15. F-15 has been in service just about the same time as the F-14. But they haven't phased it out yet. I don't think they're going to for quite a while. It's a good point, Mr. Big Mouth. It's a good conversational piece. It's a good debate, actually, I should say. All right, let's check the sky. See what's coming, if anything. It's like another airliner going into Tucson. And what really stinks is that, you know, the F-14 has proven itself many times over. There's been like 2 or 3 aces from the top. Maybe I don't know. That's just a rough guesstimate for me. But the F-14 has produced combat aces. So is the F-4. So let's see. I'm going to cover the camera here because I don't want Ned to be on camera.
Can I talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
The first A-10 is due back in about 10 minutes, and that was Tucson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, he was stationed in Korea
For quite a while.
full year.
Yeah.
He flew, you know, all the way to the Middle East. A-10s.
I am so honored to meet him.
He's a national treasure. He's my buddy.
Well, you know what? I've got something for you in my trunk, by the way. So I'll give it to you later.
Good. That's fun.
Yeah. I'm going to cover the camera because you're going to walk right in front of it. All right, guys. I don't want Ned to be my spotter buddy, Ned. There we go. You still caught him anyway. I understand why people don't want to be on camera. It just they feel that Dracula's going to get them. Oh, Lordy. Yep, mostly from the Iran-Iraq War, exactly. The first A-10, guys, is due back in about 10 minutes. That's what he was coming up to tell me. So, the first A-10 should be back in about 10 minutes. Well, that remains to be seen. He's like, can I talk? I'm like, of course you can talk. Everybody's going to hear you no matter what. I can't shut off. I can shut off the mic, but that's it. You know, I'm not going to. But I just do it out of respect, you know, for people. Coming up on 2 hours. That's about right with the A-10s, because when they first got here, they were actually all taken off. That's good. That's good. We'll be able to have some content, as they say. I'm looking for the A-10s as we speak. They might do a flyover and then break. I don't see anything as of yet. They're not, my binoculars can see up to 6 miles from my spotting location. And these are some, like I said, they're real cheap. They're Simmons 10x50s. Let me see if I have a model number on here for you guys. If you guys want to go buy it. It's called Simmons Pro Sport 10x50 F0V 341FT. This is that's the brand of binoculars I have. So if you guys want to go pick them up at Walmart, they're there. I'm not going to promote them or anything like that, but that's the ones I have, and they've done really well for me. So we've got A-10s coming in, guys. Like I said, my spotter buddy actually said to me that they should be here within 10 minutes or so. They're about 10 minutes out. So we'll see what happens at this point. I'm scanning the sky right now to see if I see any shadows of a doubt here. Looks like we got A-10s up next. Maybe the F-15s. You never know. Like I said, if you guys stick around with me, we'll be here until they get here. But we'll probably wrap up by noontime. Noontime, 1 o'clock-ish. So the A-10s took off earlier today, about a couple hours ago. They went back out. Well, Mr. Big Mouth, I'm cheap too. You know, I want something where I can actually afford. You know, so that's one of the reasons why I bought these. And they work really well. They work really well for me. I can see really close. About 5 or 6 miles away with these. And we got a helicopter that, I think it's Life Flight. Medical helicopter going across the way there. You'll probably see him going across the sky here. He's over right there. You might be able to see him. There he is. A-10s. All right, we got A-10s, guys. Yeehaw! I can hear them. All right, here we go. A-10s, guys. A-10s. They're gonna break. There they go. All right. A-10s. They'll come around this. They'll come around this area right here, and we'll get them when they come in. Pretty sure you guys can see them. There he is. Got his brother right behind him. He's coming down. First A-10 of the afternoon, of the morning, I should say. And then his buddy is like right there. All right. So there's only two that were coming in, guys? Ned? Yeah, were those the only two coming in right now? Were those the only two coming in right now? Those were the only two coming in right now?
That I know of.
Okay.
Yes. But
No.
neither one of those was the Tucson bird.
No.
It was the first takeoff.
Wow. He's probably still over the range somewheres.
Yeah. And there's a dog patcher up too.
Yeah. Interesting. See, that's guys, that's what I'm talking about. You've got to be really focused and really alert to the A-10s that are coming in because they fly high and you can barely hear them. It's amazing. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get back in the car. All right. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
Tense on initial.
I told you, see? Told you guys. Something else, look at that. Doesn't look like he's going to be breaking anytime soon. Do we have another one coming? No. Because you got to watch out for these guys. These guys are real sneaky. He's way out there, guys. You can barely see him. So, barely see them. Well, see that I told you guys at the 2-hour mark. That's when these guys come back from maneuvers. So usually that's what's up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit in the car here. Till we see more come in. Oh. I'll keep it pointed to the sky so you guys can check it out. Oh, there's the A-10 right there. Boom. It's coming in. That's the one I went overhead just a few minutes ago. Mr. Big Mouth, you still here? All right, cool. Very cool. Trying to keep this steady so it doesn't fall. There we go. Much better. So that's 3 A-10s, guys. That's 3 A-10s. It's a lot of fun just sitting here watching them, guys. It just, I mean, literally, I'm sitting here just relaxing in my car. And, you know, I get out only when I have to get good camera shots of them for you guys. But, you know, there's no point of getting myself overheated here. Ooh. Oh, hello. Hello. We got two on the break here. Two of them coming in, guys. Two of them coming in up top. I don't know if you guys can see it. There we go. Yes, look at the brake. That's awfully awesome. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be really tough to see these aircraft go. Let's see if I can get them back in the shot here. They're coming from behind this tree right there. There he is. There's his brother coming in right now. That's an Tucson bird, guys. So this can be a special bird. Where is he? There he is. This is an Tucson bird. And he wobbled his wings at us. How cool is that? That is too cool. That is too cool. So basically I'm going to jump back in the car, guys. Oh Lord. This is great. This is great. I'm sorry, Mr. Big Mouth. I missed what you said earlier. I was actually too inundated getting those A-10s. I do apologize. If you want to repeat what you said, that'd be great. That'd be great. See, those A-10s are very, very, very quiet aircraft. I'm telling you, it's amazing the way they are. Just the F-35 is what from what I gather, Mr. Big Mouth. That's it. There's nothing else replacing the A-10. That and the A-1 Skyraider 2 are basically It's just all it is it's called it's a crop duster. It's an air tractor basically. What if you look it up on the internet, you'll be able to see it's called the Skywarden / Skyraider 2 / air tractor. Should have a couple more A-10s coming in here shortly. You bring up a point that's been argued so many times, Mr. Big Mouth. Gosh, I don't see how they're going to take out tanks like that. I really don't. Me neither. One shot and that thing's dead meat. Let's put it that way. That's disgusting. I hate to say it. You gotta laugh at that though, because I tell you what, that's gonna be the biggest mistake that the Air Force, our lawmakers and the Air Force is gonna do, is keep that retiring A-10. It's funny. Oh, let me see something here. Hold on a second. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, guy. Whoa, hello. Here I am. Messing around here, guys. Alright. I'm just getting an update on stuff, pretty much. The F-15s, we're not sure where they're at. Hopefully they come in fairly soon. It would be nice, but unfortunately, sometimes what we want and what we can have is what we can't have, So, and it's probably, as fate would have it, we get them right after I end the live stream. That would be so messed up. It really would. But like I said, we'll be here for another probably about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we're going to end the live stream. At least you guys got to see the A-10s landing in the Copper 7 and the UH-60 that came in. Like I said, it's hit or miss here, guys. It really is. Like I said, 10 or 15, maybe 20 minutes. I might just round this off to 3 hours exactly, and see what we got going on. But like I said, I talked to my spotter buddy, and he's like, I don't think they're going to be here anytime soon. Of course, we could be wrong, and they could show up just right then and there, boom, and that's it. But this is a nice test stream for the for stuff like this for Davis-Monthan. I consider it a test stream, guys. It's amazing, it's really amazing how the spotter community actually sits and they sit together and they talk to each other and things like that. I mean, there are, like I said, there are a few bad apples out there, but unfortunately, those bad apples will, either found out or they have their own little clique or their own clique. That's the way it is. So, but like I said, for what it is, it's a close-knit community. You get to know each other. Hey, you got problems with some, that's it. Like I said, there are bad apples out there that don't jive with other people. But, like I said, for the most part, 98% of all the community are helpful, and they're wonderful people. So, like I said, I haven't seen anything on the flight radar at all coming in or anything like that. So, and been looking skyward. Looks like the clouds are starting to move out a little bit, and it's becoming clear. So hopefully they decided to drop in here. That would be nice. I figure between 9 and 12 it would be the best time to actually come out here, and because that's what I've seen before at the Air Force Base. So, and Mr. Big Mouth, he's still with me. I don't think he is. I think he left. Oh well. 1 second, guys. Are you out of here? Oh, okay. It's nice to see people, you know, with common goals and things like that work together. That's awesome. I'm amazed. And, you know, sharing a passion like this is something else, guys. It's one heck of a thing to work with, you know. Like I said, you win some and you lose some when you do this kind of stuff. You got to take what you can get. I'm surprised the EA-37s haven't come back for lunch yet. Apparently the see, I'm assuming that the F-15s would have shown up by now, but looks like we got a 737 out there crossing, going to Tucson. You leaving? 2 F-15s? Oh, hold on 1 second. Guys. Oh, which ones? Okay. I'll bet you it's the F-15s. That would be a highlight to my day right there. So apparently we got something about 2 minutes out, guys. Well, let's see what's going on. If somebody's 2 minutes out, then that means he's going to be doing a high pass or something. Another 737. I'm looking here. We got something. So we may not go just yet. said he was 2 minutes out, but I don't see anything. Looks like we got an A-10 coming in, guys. Let's go out and check it out. All right. Let's see, we can't see him. Yep, there's an A-10 right there. There he is. Yep, it was. Well, the dog patcher came in. Alright guys, with that being said, I want to go ahead and thank you all for joining. Please like and subscribe. And also, if you can, there's a donate button up there if you want to donate to the channel. And check out our merch shop that we have. I would, any help or any donations or anything like that would help fund some of these expeditions that we're doing. I want to thank everybody for joining us. You guys have a great day. We will notify you when we have another one of these happen, which should be soon, maybe next week, hopefully. You guys have a great day, and thanks for joining me. Have a good day.